Miss Beauty Jamaican Princess. An entanglement that's not going to withstand any storm. Shana speaks. I have not been on here in ages, but I'm here today because I was praying. And when I was praying, the Lord Himself revealed to me the many ways in which He has showed up. And He has loved, He has cared, He has provided, and He has protected. But I was so distracted by the many ways in which human beings have failed, have hurt, have rejected, and have showed me hurt rather than love. And I allow the devil to plant seed of you are not loved, you are not chosen, you are rejected, you are not good enough, and you have been hurt and wounded. And I allow those things to take root in me, to take deep root. And I develop a sense of oversensitivity. I develop a sense of insecurity. I develop a sense of isolation, and this outspoken, bubbly personality begin to shrink, and insecurity and self-consciousness and a lack of self and self-worth creep in. Not because God wasn't there, but God was there at every step of the time. I have been rejected with this sense of abandonment because I've allowed the devil to let me see every moment I was rejected. See the fact that my father left me at 6 and didn't return. See the fact that my grandmother put me out at 18 and no family member called, nobody showed up, and nobody offered me somewhere to live. And son, see that again in my 20s, same family member, a similar family, different member put me out and abandoned me and told me horrible, hurtful things, and none of my blood relatives was there. Nobody defended me. Nobody came to my aid or my rescue. And in those moments, all I was able to sow was, I am not loved, I am not chosen, I am not priority, I am hurt, I am rejected, I am not wanted. And I keep on sowing those seeds every time I tell the story, over and over and over and over again. I mean, every single time I tell the story, I am sowing those seeds. I am telling myself I am not those things. And you need to understand, while I am doing that, I'm testifying. I'm like, I've been through this, but God was with me. I've been through this, but God was with me. But I was being practical in the private conversations. I was being practical and honest in the inward conversation. Because even though I'm saying God is with me, I'm saying that I am hurt and God is with me. I'm rejected and God is with me. I'm unloved and God is with me. I'm not chosen and God is with me. I'm unprotected and God is not with me. I am not a priority and God is with me. But I was only sowing the seeds, the corn of the lies of the devil. Because even though those things happened, everything I just said happened, there was always a warm meal. There was always a clean bed. There's always an open door. There's always a shelter and a roof above my head, where every time human beings let me down, somebody has loved me. So when one person put me out, even if it was just temporarily, there was somebody who said, stay here. There was somebody who was upset that I went somewhere else and not them. These weren't families. These weren't aunts. These weren't cousins. These weren't sisters. These were church members. I love to talk sometimes about church hurt and how church has hurt me. But church has also protected me. And by church, I mean the people within the church. I remember when my father abandoned me at 6, my grandmother took me in. She taught me to pray. She sent me to school, and she also took care of me. Negative was there, but positives were there. And rather than to say my father abandoned me, which I felt like he did, the truth is that he brought me to a safe space that was safer than where he was, that was safer than what he had to offer. But my small emotional mind didn't see it that way. And for years, all I saw was seeds of abandonment. And what I'm saying is that maybe in the natural realm, that's what it was. But in the spiritual realm, I was brought to a safe haven. I was brought to somebody who had the capability of truly loving and providing for me. It wasn't perfect because God knows she eventually became the person that put me out at 17. And at 17, I was destroyed. I know no other world. I know no other family members that I could have gone to, and nobody else opened their home. But there were church people. There were women in my life who gave me their homes for months, who gave me their roofs, who gave me their beds, who gave me food that I didn't have to pay for shelter. You understand? Women who were paying rent for a house they didn't live in that told me to go live there. I forever love you. Women who on weekends, when I needed somewhere to escape to from college or just somewhere to stay, to go closer to church, whose children's room became my room. And those children accepted me. Women who was like, Shana, why did you pass me to go to here? And my doors are always open. Women who had me not only at their house, but allow me to be a part of their business. Because one of these women who took me in had a babysitting business, and not only did she allow me to stay at her home periodically when I was going through very rough periods, she also allowed me to work at her at-home babysitting business and have a job. And I think about it. I was loved in those darkest, deepest moments. I was protected from the outside elements and from praise that could have taken advantage. I was chosen. I was chosen in those moments as well. Because, let us be honest, those people were in that family. They did it because it was love. Not out of obligation, but out of a choice. They chose to show me love. Those women chose to show me grace. Those women chose to show me mercy. And I am forever grateful. And I am standing today, basking in every loving moment. And I have asked the Lord to take away every seed that I planted that was rooted in the lies of the devil and replace them with the seed of the truth of the fact that he has never left me. And the reason why I say this the way I do is because I am a fertile ground. You are a fertile ground. If we take something out of fertile ground, we need to place something back. We need to practically place something back. And what I am placing is chosen. What I am placing is prioritized. What I am placing is love. What I am placing is joy. What I am placing is protection and provision. Because even though for years I have been looking at it from the most carnal perspective, today I'm looking at it from the spiritual, God has showed up for me perspective. God is showing up for me perspective, and he has always showed up for me, and he is the greatest love of my life, and he has always provided things and people and places and resources to show me this great love, to show me that I am choosing you today, to show me that I am loving you today, to show me that you are mine, I am here. But I was so busy trying to see it in mother and in father and in aunts and in boyfriends and in the church members that didn't show up that I neglected to truly see it in the places that did. And I think one of the things that kept me from going insane, that kept me from crashing out, that kept me from totally losing my way was the fact that even though I was listening to the lies, I was still able to say, God kept me. God kept me. And that is what kept me. But today, I'm not just saying God kept me. I'm listing the ways He kept me. I'm announcing the ways He kept me. And I am asking the Lord to root up every seed of lies that has ever been planted, and I'm replacing them with the seed of truth. And I'm seeing is supernatural in the natural. And I'm seeing His presence and His hands in my everyday. And today I encourage you to do the same, because you are loved. You are unconditionally loved. Even when you don't see it, even in areas where it looks like you were failed, God showed you love and mercy and grace. And so today I encourage you, and my call to action to you is, look at a situation, a scenario, a moment in your life where you were hurt, where you were rejected, where you felt forsaken. And look at every single way in which you were provided for. Every single way you were protected, and you were loved, and you were sheltered, and you were kept. And root up to the Spirit of God every negative lies of the adversary that was sown in those moments, that has carried you, and replace them with not false, positive lies, but with real, realistic truth. As we heal and as we live in the abundance of the fact that we have already been chosen and we have already been loved by a mighty God, by a powerful hand. God love you. I love you. I'm Shana Speaks. I'm back.